How old should you be to have children? Is the question. There are various opinions or viewpoints on this. There are even cultural differences concerning this same subject. There are some cultures who marry very, very young into the early teenage years. And there are some, for example, in America, who believe, you have to be 18 or 21 at least to get married and have children. As it relates to how old one must be to have children or to bring children into the world, I would say not a child. If you are a child, and this is just a rough example, from the age of about 12 to 16, no woman or female or child should be having a baby, because that is a child, in my estimation, having a child. That's a child having a child. And when a child has a child, the only thing that you can offer to that child is perhaps love and other childlike characteristics. That is what you are passing on to your child, your own childish characteristics and experiences. I believe that you have to have some time in the world as far as maturity goes. You have to have been around long enough, and you have to have been given and or trained in how to carry yourself as an adult. You need to be an adult. An adult is not just simply an age chronologically. An adult is not someone, as we say in America, if you're 18, you're an adult, or you're 21, you're an adult and old enough to buy alcohol and so forth. No one can really put in a number on adulthood. You are an adult when this meets this, and you understand responsibility, and not so much that you understand responsibility, but you understand responsibility and that you function within that understanding as well. In other words, you are a responsible person, male and female. That's what constitutes an adult. You realize that you must provide a living for yourself and for a family, if that were the case. And you are willing to do what is necessary to provide for yourself and for your family. And it is not even an issue. It is not second guessing. You will automatically fall within that understanding and act accordingly. That's what an adult does. An adult knows that they will be paying obligations such as a home, you pay rent, you pay a mortgage. You will be paying for your utilities, your transportation, your communication, or your cell phone or home phone or what have you. And you will be paying for sustenance or food for your family and yourself. Those things, fundamentally, you know that you are responsible for as an adult. So when you consider hooking up or getting together with another individual of the opposite sex, and there could be this possibility of the young lady becoming impregnated and having a child, then you should understand, if that came to bear, that the responsibility falls on not just the man, because it takes two to tango, two to have sex, two to have a child, not just the woman. She's carrying the child, but the man gives the child to her to carry. You must understand as a unit that it is both your responsibilities to raise that child or those children, and not just one or the other. God forbid that something happens to one or the other parent. But if that's not the case and you both are both living and you're thriving, you should both bear the burden, bear the responsibility of raising your family together. That's the way it's supposed to be by nature. Now, again, how old should you be to have children? As I forestated, children should not have children. And what makes your child? How you think. So if you have a ramen noodle mentality, chances are you're still a child. If you're still sucking your thumb, chances are you're still a child. If you get upset because your cell phone bill is due and you don't have the money to pay for the cell phone, and you won't even go out and try to get a job to provide that necessary particular thing for your home, if you will, if you need that cell phone for communication purposes, and you just can't seem to cope with that situation and not having enough money to go out and have entertainment or go to the movies and things like that. In the beginning, you may just be a child, because the most important thing is your family. It's not entertainment. Those things are part of it, but that's not the principal thing. The most important thing is that you have a family unit that understands love and that you understand sacrifice, because there's going to be some sacrifice on both parties' account. It's going to be the male and the female have to make sacrifices, and you must understand this going in. Everything is not going to be peaches and cream, as I was told when I was a child coming up. It's not going to be that way. There are going to be some lean times in your life, perhaps. You must understand this. There's going to be some points where you're doing fairly well, but a lot of times that's going to be outweighed by the lean times. Are you willing to take that on as a new couple with children? I had to. I'm still here today. I never gave in. I have never given up. My children are grown now, for the most part. So, how old should you be when you're going to have children? Not a child. You should be an adult. You should be mature. I think we all really know what maturity is, and a lot of times we kind of dance around it. But I've already pointed it out, and I don't want to be redundant and beat a dead horse. You know what maturity is. It's not just simply something that you say, but it's everything that you do. So, how old should you be before you bring children into this world and you're raising this family? Old enough to do it and be willing to do it. I'm out.